Hi, my name is Tamara, and you are watching Things Even a Monkey Should Know. Thanks so much for watching again today. As you know, if you've watched some of my other videos, I'm not a professional at this do-it-yourself stuff. I'm just a girl who's figured out that there are a lot of things around the house and out in the yard and on my cars that I can do myself and save myself quite a bit of money and time, and hopefully now you too. So today you notice that I'm revisiting something that I already did, which was replace the water filter in the refrigerator. But since the last time I did this, or at least for you guys, I've gotten a new refrigerator and the water filter does go in a little bit differently, and I thought it might be kind of helpful based on some questions that I've gotten about the other video. I thought it might be kind of helpful if I went ahead and did a video on how to replace a slightly different kind of water filter. So let's get started. Okay, so first things, as always first, the things that you're going to need today are pretty minimal. You're going to need your replacement water filter. Make sure that you have the correct one. You might need a little bowl to catch any excess water that might spill out whenever you take out your old filter. And you also might want a little towel to wipe that up. Now, how do you figure out which one is the correct water filter? Well, I'm going to show you. And I hope I don't make you nauseated by picking you up. 99.9% of all refrigerators are going to have a, like usually in the refrigerator's area of the fridge, there's going to be a tag and it gives all of their information that you need, you know, serial number and blah, blah, blah. The thing we're interested in is the model number. And yours should have something like this. It'll just say mod, or it might say model number. So you would look up, say, you know, in a web browser and say, I have a Whirlpool model, blah, 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 blah. And I need a water filter for that. And you'll be able to find out where to get it and which one it is. So I am happy to note that unlike the old refrigerators, pretty much all the new refrigerators put their water filter where it's within really easy reach, which is great because whenever your filter light starts going off or your water starts tasting nasty, you don't want to have to pull out your whole fridge and get to the filter way back behind the fridge. So a lot of them, especially the Whirlpools, Whirlpool, Amana, jenn-air, and Maytags, often will have their water filter up in the top right hand corner of the refrigerated side. Some of them do have it down like in the base, down around the grate area where your refrigerator breathes, but mine has it up top. So the last time I had a screw-in type, but this time you can see I've got a plug-in type. So what we're going to do is we're going to go ahead and just make a spot here to put this little bowl under here just in case there's any water that comes out. And we just want to open the water filter trap door and it releases the filter and it just comes on out. So super easy to pull it out. And then I'm going to go ahead and, you know, there is some water in this filter, but it's also full of gross stuff because it's a lot heavier than the new one. I just always think that's an interesting observation. So I'm going to go ahead and take off the cap on the new one. And you want to make sure that you get it in the correct direction. I don't know if it actually says on here, but you can look into the filter compartment. In fact, I will let you look in there if I can. So you can see which direction the filter goes in there. Okay, so, oh, and it does, look at that, how silly of me. It has a giant arrow right here on the end that says this side up. Silly, silly girl. So we're just gonna go ahead and we're gonna push that in there, plug it. Whenever you do that, you see how the filter door starts to come down on my fingers because it means that it's plugged in correctly. So there it is, and it didn't even leak any water, which is awesome because my old one always used to do that. And now the filter's in. So one other thing that I should have said in the beginning that you need is a pitcher or some kind of a large sort of thing to hold water in, because of course whenever you replace a water filter, you always want to flush it. Just put 2 or 3 gallons of water through the filter before you actually drink out of it, because it just helps to get rid of any loose carbon or anything like that that's in there. And also there's going to be some air in the water line, so we're going to go ahead, and you can of course use this to water your plants or anything like that. So we'll just go ahead and flush it now. So if it's taking your water filter, I almost forgot, a really good idea before you do a really long draw on the filter like I just did, that was not the best thing to do. Hit it for about 5 seconds, let it rest, do 5 seconds again, let it rest, and then take a longer draw, and you'll get better water pressure. It's just really helping to flush the air out, and mine had a lot of air in it, so it's going to be real cloudy whenever it initially comes out. And of course, the last thing that you want to do is reset your filter light so that it doesn't come on every time you use the water filter and annoy you. So you'll know the next time around when it is you need to reorder the filter. And a lot of times there's just going to be something in order to reset the filter. You should have directions on here, but on my other fridge it was the same way. You hold the lock button and the filter reset button for or just one of them. I guess that's all that you do. And then the light goes off and it looks like it's happy again. Yay! So that was way easy, right? We do like those kinds of fixes, the kind that you put off and watch that little filter light blink and think, oh, I'm poisoning myself every time I drink water. Not really. But I don't want to change it because it's going to be a huge pain in the butt, and it totally wasn't. So that was pretty awesome, right? In fact, this one is even easier to change than the old one that I had, which was the screw-in kind, because I was always slightly afraid that I was going to turn it too far one way or the other and break something off. I really like the plug-and-play aspect of this one. So this is good for certain types of fridges that fall into the Whirlpool, Amana, jenn-air, Maytag, and probably one other in there that I'm forgetting. But anyway, so they definitely, as you know, they have the screw kind, they have this plug kind, and I'm sure that they have something else exciting, some other exciting way of changing filters too that I just hadn't run into yet, but I am going to try to cover all of those at some point. So I really appreciate you guys joining me again today. If you haven't subscribed yet, please go ahead and do that. There's a subscribe button somewhere on that general side of the screen. Thank you very, very much to everybody who has already subscribed and for watching again today. I already said that. Well, I really appreciate it. So until next time, have a great week, and I'll see you again soon.